Happy Halloween, you spooky little freaks. This is Raquel Williams with another episode of Get Reddit with me. Today we're going to do something a little different. Normally we go into the Am I the A-hole subreddit. Today we're going to explore Am I the Devil? The Devil! This is the South Park Devil. It's currently very topical if you're watching the new season. The Am I the Devil? So Am I the Devil? I can't stop saying double. So the Am I the Devil subreddit came from Am I the A-hole? Basically, people would take the worst a-holes of Reddit and submit them to this new subreddit called Am I the Devil? It's not just Am I the A-hole? There's ones from like all across. Like sometimes people are just asking for advice, and then those reading it are like, damn, we have to submit this to Am I the Devil? It can really come from anywhere, but I think most of the time it does come from Am I the A-hole? Can you tell I'm really trying hard not to use any curse words in the first few minutes of my video? And to prove to you guys that I am not the devil, I'm going to show you how I transform into the devil using this new face paint palette that I bought. It's the Athena painting palette kit. I've been seeing it all over TikTok. It came with a setting powder, it came with some paintbrushes, so hopefully I will be able to figure it out. Also, I'm aware I look very disheveled right now. I think no better time to paint your face like a red devil than when you already look busted, right? Like I'm not gonna be waking up looking cute and decide that that's what I want to do, okay? So just fuck off. Respectfully. F off. Respectfully. Real state of the art quality here. Gorgeous. Beautiful. All right, so the original post is from True Off My Chest 17 days ago. My ex-wife predicted my future in painful details, and I can't sleep at night because of it. The person who reposted it to Am I the Devil said my ex was right. I get a big chunk of red paint and try to figure it out. Put it on my hand. And I don't know. We are legally still married. We are both 45 and have been together for 20 years. She was the love of my life until I met my current girlfriend, and that's when I realized I have been stagnating for years. My new girlfriend, 30, was happy and exciting. She was wild and drove me crazy. I finally remembered how it was to feel alive with her, and she understood me. Never complained and never nagged, always positive. Gee, I wonder how long they were together when he made that assessment. Oh my god, what's happening, you guys? When my ex wife found out, she laughed in my face and told me how disappointing I was. Leaving your wife of 20 something for a 20 something. How original. Thought she was 30. Regardless, okay. I told her it wasn't her age. She laughed even harder. Let me guess, because she cares about her looks, because she is so positive and adventurous. Then she said that when reality hits, don't come running back. When she stops blowing you in the most wild places because she knows that she doesn't have to now. When she realizes that she wants more and asks for more. When your answer and actions aren't good enough for her. When she stays in bed scrolling her phone all weekend because now she has you, she doesn't need to pretend to be oh so adventurous anymore. Remember that you haven't traded up. I didn't believe her and she laughed at that too. She said, remember how our story started? The love and respect we have, and look how it ended. How do you think this one that started by hurting the people closest to you will end? Ooh, ate that shit up, really. This was 9 months ago. Oh my god. I thought I was going to say like years ago. Now I haven't spoken with my girlfriend for 2 days. She moved in with me 3 months ago, and I've never been this miserable. The fights and nagging, the scrolling on her phone day and night with zero effort or energy for any adventure. The demands and small fights about small things. I know that moving in together can be emotional and unstable, but I feel that I have no feelings for this woman. I have nothing to say to her. I don't even like her. I just keep thinking of my wife and how she knew all of this. I pretend everything is great when I am with people. I act like I am so in love, but I am dying inside. She predicted everything, and I miss and love her and think about her every single day. And because I am not a good person, I told my girlfriend this. I don't know why I felt the need to tell my girlfriend this. Maybe because she called my ex old and bitter. I told her that I will never love her like I do my ex. That took her down on earth real quick. I am sick of myself. Ugh, what a martyr. Guys, this makeup is I don't know. I've heard that it gets like this, and I heard that oh, you got to take a lot of it and like warm it up on your hand. I did that. I don't know. It's giving Darth Maul, like not in a good way, not in like a cunty, sexy way. We're gonna figure it out. I'm also like, do I go into the neck territory? Like, all right, let's talk about this. Devil. I just look like oh man, what's that movie? There's some French movie where they like have to do a face transplant and it's in black and white. It's from the 60s, I think, and they like very slowly like cut and remove this woman's face. It's a good movie, yeah, when they take it off. I mean, it's all in black and white, so it's just like black blood, but it's like just a person with their face painted. That's what this is giving right now. I'll figure out the name of the movie and like link it, or maybe I'll just delete this whole part. We'll see. All right, guys, I have a beauty fucking blender. I'm like, oh, I don't have any water on me. Maybe I'll use Diet Coke. I don't want to go out there because I have roommates and they're gonna be like, yo, fucking hell yeah, dude. Ooh, it's giving Hellboy. Wait, I need to lock the fucking. This guy is cracking me the fuck up because he's like, my ex predicted everything. She's so psychic. Like, she's so. What do you, she cursed me with this prediction. And it's like, dude, no, she just knew that would happen because that's what happens. You obviously mistook your new connection for some sort of like grand love story. It sounds like you had a similar connection with your wife when you first got together. So, like, why wouldn't you, understand that? You said it's only been 9 months and you've only lived together for 3 months. I'm sure things between you and your wife lasted a little longer than that. But I also think, like, saying, oh, my wife's the love of my life and like, I can't believe I did this to her. It's like, okay, dude, well, you did. Like, you wanted to, you know? You're just comparing these two relationships. Yeah, obviously, the person that's been by your side supporting you for 2 decades is going to come out on top compared to the person who you lost interest in after 9 months. But ultimately, you need to leave all these women alone. And I love how you're blaming this woman for not being who you thought she would be in your mind. Like, sounds like a skill issue, truly. All right, let's see what the comments have to say, both on the original post and on the Am I the Devil thread. This is gonna suck to wash off. The person deleted their profile, but this is on True Off My Chest. The original post has 13,000 upvotes. The first comment says, your ex isn't psychic, you're just a cliche. Anyone who knew the details of your situation could have told you exactly what your future held, and you would have seen it too if you hadn't been so dick blind. Dick blind, that's a new one, but I don't need to try to figure out what it means. Someone said, never complained, never nagged, aka never brought up any problems with you. Yeah, of course. Like, you still had a wife at this point. She was trying to win you over for some reason. So, of course, she wasn't going to bring up any nagging things. Like, you say you've only been together for 9 months at this point. Like, I would love to know how long you were together before you made this leap. But yeah, of course, she's not going to nag you as much as your wife of 20 years. At that point, you have no shared responsibilities. So, that's a wild thing for a 45-year-old to think means anything. I'm kind of good about how this is turning out so far. This puff is already pink. All right, I'm happy with this so far. Not much to say about that story. Obviously, this person sucks ass, and his new girlfriend's gonna break up with him as well. So karma will be served. Now, ew. Now I'm gonna go in with this pink. It's like a little highlight. We'll see how that goes. This was posted from Relationship Advice. The original says, my 33 male, wife 34 female, says I don't give her enough. How do I fix this? And the person who posted it to Am I the Devil said the divorce came out of nowhere. Throwaway account, been together 14 years. We have 2 kids together. Today we got into an argument where she was extremely emotional. I work FIFO type of work, 2 weeks on and 2 off. FIFO, not sure what that is. Occasionally picking up overtime if available. When I am home, and since I have limited time, I'm usually very busy with a lot of household stuff, fixing, painting, yard work, or car maintenance, and my car hobby. She is a stay-at-home mom, so she does all cooking, cleaning, etc. I like how he listed like 7 things he does, and she cooks, cleans, and etc. She is clearly unhappy, and I'm not sure why. I know I struggle to balance my time sometimes, but I do give her my evenings most of the time, which she doesn't care about. She says that's not enough and that I'm choosing to be busy. She says I don't consider, appreciate, love, value her. I do not think it's as bad as she's saying it is. I cannot sit inside with her all day when I have stuff to do. When I asked her what she wants from me, she lost it and said that if I have to ask, it's too far gone. She doesn't want to find any common ground or meet in the middle, and that it's not her job to fix this. I think we should both work at this. How can I fix this then if she won't tell me what she wants? I wonder if this is truly devil worthy. I guess maybe we can see if he's all up in the comments trying to defend himself. I think that could tip it, but I mean, this kind of sounds like not defending it, but kind of sounds like a typical like trad relationship. You know, one of the partners is getting disillusioned by. So I did pink for the highlights. It looks good. I'm into the dimension. I kind of want to try some like orange, maybe even some white. I don't want to go crazy, but like I just think, I don't know. First most upvoted comment says, she says, I don't consider, appreciate, love, value her. I do not think it's as bad as she is saying it is. So he's saying he isn't valuing what she's saying and doesn't get how to fix it. Fuck wad. Yeah, that's actually such a great point. I guess I have such low expectations that I'm like, yeah, for him to be like, I just don't think it's that big of a deal is like a huge red flag, obviously. Kind of just all blending together. But I mean, it looks pretty fucking good, honestly. If I had red hands, that'd be even sicker. But oh, someone else says, none of the tasks he names are things that need to be done regularly. Unlike the cooking and cleaning, she is responsible for with no co-parenting. That is such a good point. Like, so he works 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So what is he doing for his 2 weeks off? Household stuff, fixing, painting, yard work, car maintenance, and car hobby. Yeah, none of those things need to be done every 2 weeks. And her stuff is every day. And the etc. is the part that's really sending me little shiny read off news. It was this part, emphasis mine, that made me chuckle. When I am home, and since I have limited time, I am usually busy with a lot of household stuff, fixing, painting, yard work, car maintenance, and my car hobby, bolded by the commenter. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she does all the cooking, cleaning, etc. The same person says, because while he is gone every 2 weeks for a 2 week stretch and his wife has to solo the parenting and a lot of household stuff, except for any fixing and yard maintenance every 2 weeks, painting and some car maintenance, I can guarantee that because she's doing full-time cleaning, cooking, and child rearing, sis doesn't get to have any similar hobbies of her own anymore. Oh my God, so true. As someone who doesn't have kids, like, I know that it's a lot of work, but I feel like I can't even imagine the actual amount of work that it is. They said, and especially something that would have her off kid duty and out in the garage for outside the home, like his car hobby. Yeah, no, I'm standing completely corrected. This is a devil, and I have been propagandized to think that, like, you know, some people are just like this. No one I've ever dated would be like this, or my family dynamic was nothing like this, but oof. And that's the thing is, like, if your wife is saying she's not happy in this like housewife doing all the things role, then like it's not working, you know. The thing about Am I the Asshole is there's not a lot to debate about it because it's so clear cut. So this next story was reposted from the subreddit Pet Peeves. The original poster titled it, "People who go out in public but hate the idea of someone wanting to talk to them." Oh, this is about to piss me the fuck off. The reposter says, "He sat down at her table." Let's fucking go. Honestly, this is just stupid. Every time I go to a coffee shop, I have anxiety because I might accidentally have to sit next to a woman. A woman. And nearly 100% of the time, she is not okay with that. Even though I am not ugly and I don't even talk to them for the most part. Okay. Guys aren't as bad, but yeah. Okay, so nobody wants to sit next to your creepy ass. Guys aren't as bad, but yeah, I'm just flabbergasted at what I constantly experience from women because just now I was at a coffee shop and started sweating because the electric outlet was near a girl I could just sense was bigoted towards men. Dude, maybe because the vibes you're putting off are like extremely off-putting. Like, I sympathize, but holy shit. I even made a big deal of looking for an outlet elsewhere and just happened to land next to her so she wouldn't feel threatened, in parentheses. Also, like, it was probably so obvious you were doing that, and she's like, what is happening? Well, of course that didn't help. I simply sat down and she immediately left to vape outside. Well, maybe she needed a little hit. Blinker checkpoint. Damn, let a girl live. I did that twice in about 6 minutes before packing up her things and leaving. I mean, I can't help but laugh. You're in public but hate the thought of even being social with people being friendly. Cap locks, by the way. Social, friendly. He said he didn't even talk to her live. Like, you think I'm going to assault you in the coffee shop? Or even make a scene if you won't give me your phone number or something so we can hang out and get to know each other as friends? Oh, the insanity. Yes, we are social creatures. Yes, having people around us with stories and chances for adventure, concerts, parties, holidays, birthdays, or even artistic ventures or projects to share creativity online is a good thing and fun. You are going to be approached by people who want to hang out with you and be your friend, even if you are a woman. And bonus, you might even get romance from it too. Did you ever consider that, ladies? My experience overall is heartbreaking, and I hope we can stop this stupid misandry, bear loving, man hating nonsense and all just get along and not be afraid of friendship or intimacy. Most people won't want to harm you. It's stupid to think otherwise. No, I never sit down at anyone's table. No, I don't randomly talk to people post pandemic. I obviously learned my lesson. Also, I was going to maybe chalk this off as all in my head, but y'all proved my point. Most women are bigoted against men. The funny thing is, he's like, people are going to want to talk to you after ranting about how nobody wants to talk to him. Like, which is it, dude? Do people want to talk to you, or does no one want to talk to you? And I'm using you in the general sense, but like, what are we doing here? He's like, I made a big deal about not wanting to sit next to her, and then she was mad because I did want to sit next to her. It's like it's very inconsistent, which I think with a lot of, I'm gonna say it, incel rhetoric, it's very inconsistent with the logic. I mean, it has to be, right? The whole point of incel rhetoric is to like rile up young men into feeling indignant about normal human things. Not being perfect, not being a, 6'5" giga chad with a trust fund. Like it's supposed to froth them up into a fury about that, because it makes them easier to control. So it's sad that this guy is victim to that. Like, I do have some sympathy for that because I will never know what that's like to be, you know, undesirable. Okay, that was fucked up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, can't relate. This random woman literally just stood up, vaped, packed her things. Like, she didn't do fucking anything to this guy, and he's furious and saying like, did you ever consider that you might be able to get a romantic relationship out of me? And it's like, bro, you are so far gone that you don't even realize that it's so obvious to her that that's what you are going for, even just by sitting next to her, because your energy is so radiating off of you with like this desperation that like that's the problem. You're not looking at a random human being. And you said guys are weirded out by you too, just not as much. You're not looking at other people as just like other people in the world coexisting. We're all humans. You're looking at them as like a validation that you're not getting, and it's gonna fucking ruin your life. Good luck, I guess. Gold, molten lava. So this got about 800 upvotes, and the top upvoted comment had over 1,000. His comments are full of ick, getting professional victim vibes from his bullshit. Someone said, fascinating how it starts off with, I just sat down beside her and didn't do anything else, and then slowly shifts to, why does nobody want to talk to me or give me her number? Yeah, people always, tell on themselves in these things. It's like if you have to lie within your own story and it's like clear that even you know that you're lying, like you eventually tell the truth within the same story, it's like, okay, so you know that you're in the wrong, or you wouldn't feel the need to like obscure the truth. I mean, that just presumes self-awareness on the part of these people, but I don't know if this gold is really contributing anything. Kind of like it on the eyes. Hopefully that guy reads these comments and goes and like gets a hobby that's not sitting next to random people in coffee shops. Brew your own coffee, dude. There's a solution for you. I misread this as the person who posted it into Am I the Devil said satin looks horrible on a lot of women. I misread it as Satan looks horrible on a lot of women, and I was like, oh, interesting. What does that mean? It means nothing. I misread it. The original post is in Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for asking my future mother-in-law to wear satin at our wedding? Doesn't really sound devil-y to me, but I'm sure I'm about to be proven very wrong. I think we're good on the face paint. I think I can move on to like other things. Palette. Easy breezy beautiful. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Lost my voice this weekend. Worth it. Poof. All right, get into this fucking story. Entirely fucked now. But that's what it's for. Those are not even close. I don't know why I did that. My eyebrows are already dark, but like devil, I just felt like a little mustache. I, 21 female, am getting married in February and have been planning my wedding since December. I just ruin it. And last night, my future sister-in-law accused me of not considering my fiance's family throughout this wedding process. I don't know what I'm doing. A few months ago, my fiance and I decided that we liked a specific shade of blue and stretched satin material from this website is relatively affordable and had tons of options for our wedding party to choose from. We are asking that all moms, sisters, grandmas, and bridesmaids pick a dress from the website that is that specific shade of blue and stretched satin. We are being pretty specific about the material because even if you order the same color in different material, it will look completely different. Earlier this week, I had talked to my future mother-in-law and invited her to come to a pop-up. At first she said yes, but things have changed and she can no longer go. This side looks pretty good, I think. This side needs help. Last night, while I was talking about wedding planning and all that stuff, my future sister-in-law accused me of being inconsiderate of my fiance's family while wedding planning. She also said that their mom hates satin and will be miserable all day, and I'm inconsiderate for not asking her, the mom, if she likes satin before making the decision that both my fiance and I made together to have satin be the material for the dresses. Yet throughout the wedding planning process, I've tried my best to be mindful of their family so that we all have a great time. Originally, I wanted a destination wedding overseas, but I immediately scrapped that idea due to the future mother and father-in-law's legal status. I had to find a location that could accommodate their very large immediate family, and that was still drivable. Even after limiting the guest list to just siblings, immediate cousins, immediate aunt and uncles, and grandparents, the guest list is around 70 people. I, by myself, have been looking to make sure that my future mother and father-in-law, who speak mostly Spanish and very little English, yes, we get it, to be able to understand the ceremony, such as doing the ceremony in half Spanish, half English, having some sort of translator, or printing out a Spanish version of what is being said. So am I the asshole for wanting my mother-in-law to wear a satin dress to the wedding and have been inconsiderate of my fiance's family during the wedding planning process? I'm so confused. I'm sorry. I need to go to this original post because, like, I don't know what's happening here. Ooh, what was that acoustic? Someone said you're the asshole. People are considered guests for the wedding, not props for the color matching unless it's silk. Satin is pretty uncomfortable, and expecting people to shell out money for something they've no choice in is not appropriate. I agree. Like, I think if you're gonna have all your guests do a color scheme, you have to be real loose with it, you know? Like, oh, everyone wear blue. Boom. Fine. You want everyone in the same material from the same brand, which is like, are they paying you? Like, what's happening here? Why'd you mention the brand name so many times in one post? Feels very strange. I definitely think rather than coming at her as like, hey, you asshole, you're doing this to be an asshole, someone needed to talk to her and just be like, hey, we don't really want to do that, you know, like respectfully. And for her to be like, well, I'm already not having a destination wedding because of you illegal people. It's like, wow, tell us how you really feel, bitch. You have to be like, I showed you respect as a human being as some sort of gotcha, then you've already lost in my mind. Someone said, you're the asshole. Satin is a hot and not comfortable material. It looks amazing on slender bodies and like a sausage casing on anyone carrying a bit of weight. Someone else said, for as a middle-aged woman, those are some challenging to wear dresses. Also, she called it like some kind of satin, stretch satin. So like I can see why the mother-in-law might not be comfortable wearing that, which is like, you know, whatever. It just feels weird. Like you need everyone, like I get that in theory it's cute, but it's like you're like, I'm already making so many sacrifices for this wedding, but you want everyone to be dressed exactly alike? Like that's a huge ask, a very abnormal one too. So like don't act like you're not being a bridezilla here. Come on. I'm trying to find one that's just not like total misogyny because we already read one of those and hard to find. This one's from 7 years ago. It was posted in Am I the Asshole? He says, am I the asshole for taking my bonus and creating a secret room in my house, complete with a bookshelf door? The reposter said, old but gold, comments seal the deal. Hello, Am I the Asshole? Thank you for taking the time to weigh in on what was supposed to be a fun project, but has turned into a major issue between my fiance and I. I'm a moderator on several other subs, so I'm using a throwaway so as not to cross the streams, so to speak. Last year, after several years of being out of steady work, I was able to land a really good job. My new company had an unreasonably good year, and in late February, I got a 5-figure bonus. I've always wanted a secret room in my house. I honestly don't know why, but it's just always seemed so cool to have a room where I pull a lever, a bookcase opens to my private space. I figured with the bonus, the time was right, so I hired a good contractor. They tore down some walls and started digging up the foundation to our spare bedroom, since the secret room will have a circular staircase to a new basement. The house was my grandma's, and was given to me paid off when she died. So I own the house outright and have full legal authority to do this. Oh, there's all the makeup I was looking for. It was in the bag that it was supposed to be in. Fiance is so furious at me, she's thinking about calling off the wedding. She says that taking my bonus was wildly irresponsible and that we could have used the money to pay off debt, pay for some of the wedding to take pressure off her parents, or even save. I counter that this bonus was essentially found money that may never happen again, so we might as well have fun with it while we have it. She says that we are getting married, this has to be a discussion, and me digging up the foundation and tearing out several walls in the house has made it impossible for her to live in the house. I counter again that it's my house. Our argument has gotten so intense that she has moved in with her sister, and we may be looking at the end of our 2-year relationship. Am I the asshole in this situation? Ooh, there's 664 comments. I have an opportunity to do something hilarious and make it 666. So, oh, I'm not logged in though. The effort. Someone says, I mean, this man is an idiot, but I definitely want a room like that in my house. Someone else said it was buried in the comments, but she did leave him for the record. All right, let's look at this comment. LOL, this may surprise you, but I'm not exactly a hit with the ladies. Looks like we're officially broken up, so it will be a dedicated man cave for like the next 50 years. Cool, cool, cool. That's so funny though. Like, this is my house. Oh, okay. Then I guess it's gonna be your house by yourself. Seems like he made his choice, you know? What can you do? I was gonna add like some of this, I know this palette's a mess, like some of the red glitter. I was gonna add like some highlight, but I kind of just like the way it looks with just the face paint. I think it's really like the textures really go well. I was gonna change, but I'm just kind of like this stuff. Kind of just, you know, like fuck it. I have like this angelic hair and then this devil face. I love it. I love it, you guys. I wish I didn't have to do laundry in like 30 minutes or I would keep this on all night. Hey. Unless. No, that'd be crazy. This one's a repost from Relationship Advice. The original post says, it's from 10 days ago, so has been recently reposted. How can I, a 28-year-old female, make amends with my family after proving my relationship with my fiance, a 26-year-old male, was true real? True real. 5 years ago, I met my fiance, John, who was dating my sister, 24F, Kelly. Ooh. All right, let's go. Long story short, John lived an hour away and was looking at apartments closer to DC since he had just graduated. So I suggested my apartment, and he ended up taking it. Yeah, he did. This led to John and I spending a lot of time together, more than John and Kelly, as she was an hour away, and still in her senior year of college at the time. John and I quickly realized we are soulmates and best friends. We both felt guilty as hell, but we listened to our heart. Their one collective, singular, beating heart. He broke up with Kelly and we decided to give things a shot. I love how casually she frames that. Like, ruined my relationship with my sister and probably my whole family just to, like, you know, see how it goes. Afterwards, I took so much crap from my family. Ugh, this is so annoying. My sister went no contact. My parents went low contact. My dad told me we would break up in less than a year. He also said some very mean things, calling me a hoe, and that hurt. Ooh, don't love that. A few years had passed, and I'm now engaged to my best friend and soulmate. My dad is the only one who respects our relationship, which is ironic because he was the one who said the most nasty things to me. Kind of like figure it out. My dad said, at this point, it's clear it's real love, yet the rest of my family still won't get on board. My sister is still no contact. My other siblings are low contact. So is my mom. Like, at what point will people realize this wasn't us just being lustful and having a cheap thrill? It's a real relationship. So many people saying they're undecided on coming to the wedding, and it really hurts. I'm marrying my best friend and want to celebrate it with the people I love most. Ooh, okay. This one is so hard for me to kind of like understand because, like, okay, you know, maybe this is the love of your life. You're clearly marrying him. Clearly, you guys do have something more special than what he had with his sister. However, like, you made a choice, you know? Like, I feel like when you make that choice, you kind of have to like understand the consequences of it. You decided that this relationship was more important to you than that relationship, and like that's just the way it is, you know? If he's truly your soulmate, then I guess you felt like it was worth it. And I don't know, like I have a different take on this. I mean, I have a sister who's 2 years younger than me, and like I've joked before, like, if we were ever in this situation and she like was soulmates with someone I was dating, I'd probably be like, yeah, you know what? I can see it. I can see the vision. I support it. You two crazy kids have fun. I don't know. I just like I just feel like what are the odds that like the first person you meet is going to be the right one, and like maybe someone else in their life is a better match for you. I don't know. Fucking what do I know? That being said, I don't expect anyone else on this earth to feel that way. I think it's reasonable for the sister to not be ready to have that conversation. And you're like, well, we're still together. It's like, yeah, that's probably like the part that hurts. I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, and I'm trying to put myself in these shoes, I would never be in this position, I'm sure. But like for me, I think, yeah, the fact that they were still together would be better than like, your sister ruining your relationship for a cheap fling. But like it doesn't mean anyone else has to accept it. Like that is the thing when people are like, my relationship is so perfect and like no one else is accepting it. And it's like, well, if it's really that perfect and that worth it to you to like betray everyone else in your life, then like why do you also need their acceptance? Like you already have what you wanted. Why do you also need them to suffer by being in your life? Like you've already made them suffer in other ways. So that's where I come from on that. Like it's very selfish to expect that. And also it doesn't sound like she was ever very apologetic about it. Like she's just like, get over it. It's like you can't get over something without any sort of resolution or apology or like remorse. I mean, you could, but how can the person expect you to? So the top comment said, assuming soulmates are real and it just happened to be your sister's boyfriend and you chose to pursue that, cool. But you can't expect your sister to just go, oh, you're dumping me for my sister because she's your soulmate. Great. At least it's true love. No, she's going to be hurt and never talk to you again. For the original poster's sake, I hope her relationship with her fiance is good. As good as she says it is, since it was worth flushing her relationship with her sister down the toilet. Yeah, her sister and the rest of her family. Like, I mean, that's the thing. It's like, okay, unfortunately in life, sometimes we have to make hard choices. I often say that anything good I've ever had in my life has come at the expense of letting something equally good go. Like I've had to make some tough choices in my life, nothing this crazy. But you have to make choices, and she chose. And it sounds like she feels like she made the right decision. So like she wants her sister to get over it. Well, she needs to get over it. Get over the fact that no one fucks with you anymore. All right. I wanted it to be more like whatever. So I'm gonna go to the original post because I was reading comments from the Am I the Devil? Somehow this has 0 upvotes and 195 comments. I feel like that must be a technical error. Unless someone says, I'm sorry to tell you, but I think your family is actually being very graceful and staying low contact and just being undecided on coming to the wedding. I would have just cut you out totally. Okay, I like my hair now. At first I was like, what am I doing? But now I'm like, the vision. Oh, this shit's getting everywhere. The way you describe your affair is, in all honesty, very disgusting. Mind you, had your fiance and your sister broken up for their own reason, and then after some time you and your fiance found you were attracted to each other, people wouldn't be so negative about it. That's a great point. Like they literally just rolled right on into that relationship. That being said, I mean, the whole reason they broke up was because of this. So, I mean, whatever. No, from the way it sounds, your fiance broke your sister's heart to be with you, and you justify it in the name of being soulmates. Most of us think about how we would feel if our partner, our spouse, people we trust, moved in with our sibling, a move we didn't doubt because we also trusted our sibling. Oof, yeah, ouch. And then left us for our sibling because they found their soulmate and decide that we'd be so crushed and that we do not stand or approve of such behavior. I'm a little bit having a hard time following this, but I'm picking up with like the gist. You may see yourselves as star-crossed lovers rejected by your family, but truth is that leaving your partner for someone else, especially leaving your partner for her sister, well, to you sounds very justified as your soulmates. To us normal people is just cruel. Have you ever even apologized? OP responded. The other comment has 588 upvotes. This comment has 507 downvotes. It was very early in their relationship. The people who actually gave it a chance and got to see us up close and personal, like my dad, can say that our love is real. My dad said some horrific things to me before, but even he now says we did the right thing. The difference is other people aren't spending enough time with us. We're mixing some metals here because I wanted my fallen angel. And then I have this like hot angel that I got from Comic-Con. Someone said, so your soulmate is willing to cheat with his girlfriend's sister? Ick. Damn, bars. Okay. Yours are so slippery. All right, we got my flames. Flaming. Oh my god, I look so cute, you guys. I had no idea what this was going to look like, and I didn't picture it so, like, vibey. All right, guys, I think that's enough devils for today. I'm frankly quite sick of humanity after reading those stories. The human world is just too full of sin, and we should all just go to hell and have a good time instead. If you like this video, you can follow me on Instagram at GetRedditWithMe, and you can like and subscribe. You can also comment what types of looks you would like to see in the future. I tend to gravitate towards holiday looks or just mini everyday classic looks, but I'm also open to suggestions now that I have this face paint palette and know how to use it. The opportunities are truly limitless. So on that note, goodbye, my little sexy devils. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween, and I will see you in the next episode.